Everybody, a very happy hello to you. My name is Stacey Marsh and I'm a demonstrator for Stampin' Up from the United Kingdom. I hope you are having a good day today. Today's video, I'm going to share with you a really nice, simple treat holder project that is perfect for making little treats for the Christmas dinner table, gifts for colleagues at work, teacher gifts, and it's a really quick project. It's a take on something that a friend of mine, Kim Price, made a few years ago, and I've just adapted it slightly, and I'm going to walk you through how to put this together. You don't need a lot of supplies at all. This one here is actually only made out of one sheet of designer series paper that measures 6 inches square. So that's going to be our starting point. I would recommend you have a trimmer to hand with a cutter and scoring option. You'll need a pair of scissors with some glue. I've used double-sided tape and I have used liquid glue. So I'm going to walk you through this project. The measurements are all listed in the video details below, and any of the projects that I've used can be purchased from my online store, which is Stampin, which is staceymarsh.co.uk. This video was filmed in December 2026, so these products are available while stocks last. Okay, so I'm going to leave that here and I'm going to walk you through this. Now, I've actually made quite a few of these. I'm using the Delicate Pines suite, which is just fabulous. It's some gorgeous colours and patterns that all go really, really well. And we are at Christmas dinner on Saturday with some friends, so they're all going to have some little chocolates popped inside, and they will go on the Christmas dinner table. So we're going to work in inches. I've cut this 6 inches by 6 inches square, so it just makes sense to work in inches. So my first score line is going to be 1 3/8. So the 8s are the longer lines here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and you want to score top to bottom. Now don't want to push too hard because it is designer series paper and you don't want it to go all the way through. You don't want to cut your paper, so just press lightly with your scorer. Now with the small panel at the bottom, this is going to be the bottom of our bag, and this panel here is going to be the top. So we're now going to work on it with that panel at the bottom, and we're still going to be scoring. So I want to do 2 score lines that go from the top of the DSP right to the bottom, and that first score line is at 2 3/4 inches. And don't push too hard. And the next one is 5.5 inches. Okay. So that leaves us with a little panel on the right hand side, and that's going to be how we secure our box together. Then we have this midway line as well. Now the next score lines we're going to do, we're going to leave it in our trimmer, so we've still got that bottom panel here. We want to score now from the bottom of the DSP to this bottom score line. We want to do 1 here and 1 here. So the first measurement is 1 3/8 again. 1 3/8. And remember, we're just going to that bottom score line, and the next one is 4 1/8. Again, bottom to that first. So now we can put our trimmer to one side, and now we want to give those score lines a really nice crease with a bone folder. When you're making any 3D item, your bone folder is your best friend. Okay. So all I've scored is I've creased that bottom line, that's the base of our box, and this side panel here. I am not scoring these ones because what I actually want to do is cut them out. So the score line is here, and I want to notch into each one. So you might want to watch this while I do this. So my score line is in the middle, and I'm notching in up to where that the score lines meet. So I'm effectively cutting a triangle out of that panel. Okay. And you want to do that to all of those bottom panels. And then this last one, we're going to notch in to there. I'm going to cut this whole piece off down here. Notching. Yeah. Okay. So that now looks something like this. This is going to be the front of my box. I want to put some double-sided tape along the front of that end panel there. And this is going to be how we're going to store our box. So hold your panel in, and then you want to press it down like that. Okay, so what you've got now is a funny tube. It's like you've taken a toilet roll and you've squished it. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to create a little hole where my ribbon is going to go. Now I'm using one of these. This is a hole punch. So I'm just going to measure in roughly middle way. Not bad. Okay, so I've got my hole punch there. Now what I want to do is I want to decide what's going to be the front and what's going to be the back. So sometimes you get a little bit of an overhang here. So that's going to be my back. So this is my front. So what I want to do is I want to now fold these pieces in. But this piece here is my front. Okay. So when you've got it facing towards you, you've got two panels. So think of them like little legs. The right hand panel, I'm going to tuck down out of the way because that's going to be the panel that I stick down last. And then you need to think about this. So this is the front, and that makes this the back. So we're going to work with these two side panels first. Okay, now you can choose whichever glue you like for this. I'm just going to put a little bit of wet glue. You want to fold down that side. Hold it in place for a second. Remember, this is wet glue. And then this was our front, wasn't it? So we're going to leave that till last. I'm going to put a little bit of wet glue here. A little bit of wet glue there. And then the last panel that I stick down is this front one. Fold it over. You've then created a square bottom, so it helps to stand your box up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put that to one side, and to make that set, I'm just going to pop my glue inside and stand it out the way. Now I have prepared some pieces already. So for my decoration, I have a circle that's cut from Stylish Shapes dies. I want a little bit of white card. And this is based on the sentiment that you choose. So I'm just going to cut myself a strip of white card that's 2 centimetres. I'm sorry that I'm now swapping to inches to centimetres, but that is 3/4 of an inch, if that makes the life easier. It's 3/4 of an inch, and that is roughly 3 inches wide. I'm going to take my sentiment. So this is the sentiment I'm using. Says Warmest Winter Wishes, and it is actually from the Delicate Pines stamp set. And let's stamp this across my white strip. Okay. Love the way these sentiments. Now you can either notch into your banner either end, or you can create a fishtail. I'm going to create a fishtail on this one. So I'm going to cut in the middle and then up to each inch. There we go. So there I've created my little fishtail. Now you'll notice this has got a snowflake in the background. So I'm going to use the Designer Series paper and one of the snowflake dies. So the great thing about these paper, you can cut these snowflakes out using the dies. I'm just going to whiz that through my die cutting machine. Just a moment. Apologies if the camera shakes. My die machine is on the desk next to it. I'm now trying to use 3 plates. That's not going to work, is it? 2 plates. And these papers are just beautiful. I've used quite a lot of them in my own personal crafting for Christmas. This die here out that inner part of that snowflake, and it's just beautiful. So now I can take this here. I'm going to secure that to the center of my circle with a foam pad. I'm going to put this on as well. So I'm going to put another pad on. Because we're doing a 3D item, we don't have to worry about postage. We can be quite frugal. So we can be quite, can use a lot of pads. So now I'm going to cut myself some ribbon. This is currently in the last chance, I believe. It is the Mossy Meadow and Gold. Now I'm going to remember to put the chocolates in first, or whatever you're putting inside first. Got myself a bow. The ribbon's got a lovely sort of two-tone effect to it. It looks wonderful. And then I'm going to take my little label. Pad that backing. And then attach that like so. And there we have our finished little winter tree box. I hope you enjoyed making that. If you have any comments or questions, please do reach out. And I will leave you all there. All that's left for me to say, if you enjoyed my video today, I'd love it if you subscribed, and you'll find out about more tutorials, and including weekly demonstrations and different techniques. So do hit subscribe, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Bye for now.